Some changes after 75 do not hurt, do not alarm, and do not demand attention. They unfold quietly, shaping balance, strength, memory, and even confidence. Physicians measure numbers, but this shift often grows in silence until one day you simply feel different. There is a subtle turning point that often arrives after 75. It does not come with pain or panic. It does not interrupt life in a dramatic way. It simply settles in, gradually, like a quiet adjustment in the background of daily living. Many people cannot name the exact moment it begins. They only sense that certain things feel slightly different than they once did. Perhaps standing up requires a touch more focus. Perhaps walking feels steady, yet slower. Perhaps sleep grows lighter, or afternoon energy dips more quickly than it used to. None of these changes feel alarming on their own. In fact, they can feel ordinary. After all, reaching 75 carries a long history of adaptation. You have already adjusted to so much, but this particular shift deserves attention, not fear, not resistance, just awareness. The body after 75 begins to operate with a different rhythm. Muscle mass that once held steady now declines more easily without consistent use. Reaction time becomes slightly less automatic. The nervous system processes signals just a fraction more slowly. Circulation may not surge as quickly when climbing stairs or rising from a chair. These are not failures, they are recalibrations. What makes this turning point difficult to recognize is its quietness. It does not demand acknowledgement. There is no sharp line between before and after. Instead, there is a gradual layering of small differences. The walk that once felt effortless now feels deliberate. The balance that once felt instinctive now feels attentive. Many people dismiss these changes because they are not painful. There is no crisis. There is no diagnosis attached to them, and physicians often focus on measurable disease rather than subtle shifts in strength, coordination, and resilience. But the absence of disease does not mean the absence of change. The body is always adjusting. After 75, the pace of that adjustment simply becomes more noticeable. One reason this develops without drama is because the systems involved change slowly. Muscle fibers shrink over time, if not challenged gently and consistently. Nerve signals lose a small amount of speed. The inner ear, which contributes to balance, becomes slightly less sensitive. Even skin becomes thinner, less elastic, more vulnerable to minor irritation. Because these changes unfold gradually, they feel normal. The brain adapts. The body compensates. A wider stance when standing. A steadier grip on a railing. A preference for brighter rooms. These are subtle adjustments that protect stability without announcing vulnerability. The danger lies not in the change itself, but in ignoring its accumulation. When muscle strength decreases quietly, balance becomes more fragile under unexpected circumstances. When reaction time slows slightly, tripping hazards become more significant. When sleep grows lighter, fatigue influences mood and concentration. None of these shifts are catastrophic, but together they shape daily experience. This is why awareness becomes powerful after 75. Not to create anxiety, but to create partnership with the body's new rhythm. Beyond the physical recalibration, there is another layer that often goes unspoken. Confidence can shift. Confidence in movement. Confidence in endurance. Confidence in memory. A single minor stumble, even without injury, can linger emotionally longer than physically. A forgotten name may create hesitation during conversation. A moment of dizziness may subtly reduce willingness to move quickly. These emotional ripples matter. They do not mean weakness, they mean awareness. The mind recognizes vulnerability before the body fully articulates it. That awareness can either shrink life or guide adaptation. For some, this stage brings hesitation. Social outings feel more tiring. Evening events feel less appealing. Tasks that once felt automatic now require planning. Gradually, without intention, routines narrow. But the narrowing is rarely discussed openly. Pride plays a role. Independence matters deeply. No one wants to feel as though they are becoming smaller in their own life. The truth is more balanced than that. After 75, life rewards steadiness more than speed. It rewards consistency more than intensity. It favors rhythm over spontaneity. Small signs often reveal this shift clearly. Walking distances shorten slightly. Recovery after physical effort takes longer. Balance requires more conscious engagement when turning or stepping backward. Concentration may fade more quickly during long conversations. These are not warnings of collapse. They are invitations to adjust. Adjustment does not mean surrender. It means choosing habits that support the body's present capacity rather than its past performance. Light resistance exercises preserve muscle tone and joint stability. Gentle stretching maintains mobility. Regular walking supports circulation and coordination. Hydration protects skin and muscle function. Predictable sleep patterns stabilize energy and mood. The key is not intensity, it is consistency. The body, after 75, thrives on rhythm, meals eaten at similar times, movement practiced regularly, rest honored without guilt, social connection maintained intentionally. These rhythms calm the nervous system. They reduce inflammation. They support clarity. They maintain independence. And perhaps most importantly, they restore confidence. Confidence grows not from denying change, but from responding wisely to it. When strength is supported gently, balance improves. When balance improves, movement feels safer. When movement feels safe, life expands again. Aging with strength does not mean avoiding change. It means working with it. Physicians may not always mention this stage because it does not fit neatly into a diagnosis. It is not an illness. It is a phase of adjustment, a quiet evolution of capacity and resilience. But those who understand it early often navigate it smoothly. Growing older does not mean shrinking. It means refining. It means recognizing that the body now speaks in softer signals. It means honoring those signals without fear. After 75, the goal shifts from achievement to preservation, from proving strength to sustaining it, from pushing limits to maintaining stability. And in that shift, there is dignity. The quiet development that occurs after 75 is not a decline into frailty. It is a transition into attentiveness, a stage that asks for partnership rather than resistance. When that partnership forms through gentle strength, steady movement, nourishing rest, and meaningful connection, life does not contract. It steadies. It deepens. It becomes less about speed and more about presence. And presence after 75 may be the greatest strength of all.